Okay, so we're going to look at finding your x and y intercepts algebraically. So like if they give you a graph, it's kind of easy to point and be like, oh yeah, there's the x-intercept, or hey, there's the y-intercept. But finding it algebraically, usually people were like, oh, what do I do? I don't know what it is exactly. So the way that you do this, first off, we're going to hopefully try to just make sense of it. So I don't know how far over to the right that is, but I do know the y value. All right, I don't know how far it is over on the x-axis, but I do know how far it is up and down on the y-axis. It's 0 on the y-axis. All right, and so if we want to find an x-intercept, the way we do it is we just plug in 0 for y. That's what's happening there. At the x-intercept, the y value is 0. All right, and on the y-intercept, same idea. All right, I don't know how far down it is. I don't know what the actual y-intercept of that spot is, how far down it is, but I do know that the x value there is 0. And so this is the relationship that's always going to be true for your x and y intercepts. At the y-intercept, you're going to plug in 0, or for the y-intercept, you're going to plug in 0 for x. And if you want to find the x-intercepts, you're going to plug in 0 for y. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So this one, the y-intercept's kind of too easy. All right, the y-intercept, if I plug in 0 for x, I get this right here. I get 0 minus 7. And so the y-intercept is literally negative 7. This one was in slope-intercept form, so we kind of already knew that. If you want to find the x-intercept, what you're going to do is plug in 0 for y, x minus 7, and then you're going to solve for x. So in this case, you would just add 7 to both sides, and you're going to get 7 is equal to x. Ba-bam. That's it. Your y-intercept is negative 7. Your x-intercept is positive 7. All right, just going to go ahead and say it. For this example, the y-intercept is 7. Like, that's pretty obvious. The y-intercept is equal to regular 7. To find the x-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So plug in 0 for y, like that. And we're going to solve this little two-step equation. Minus 7 from both sides. That way the 7's over here get canceled. You get negative 7 is equal to 3x. And then you're going to divide by 3. It's 3 times x, so you divide by 3 to get rid of it. 3 divided by 3, those 3's cancel. And so your answer is going to be x equals negative 7/3. Or as a decimal, it'd be like negative 2.33 if you divided that out on a calculator. Alrighty. Let's look at another one here. Okay, fractions, hello. The y-intercept is 10. Bam, got that one solved before you did. All right, for the x-intercept, I'm going to plug in 0. First thing I do is I'm going to move over my constant term, the one without an x. So minus 10 minus 10. I'm going to get negative 10 is equal to negative 1/2 x, because my 10's cancel. And then to take care of this, to get rid of my negative 1/2, you could divide by negative 1/2 if you know how to do that. The other way, the more conventional way, is you're going to multiply by this number's reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply by negative 2 over 1, or just negative 2. So I'm flipping that fraction. So multiply this by negative 2 as well. So the negative 2 and the negative 1/2 cancel. And on this side, I've got negative 2, and I'm multiplying that by negative 10. So negative 2 times negative 10. That's 20. Got it. If you're interested, like if you want to actually check your answer, what you could do is take this 20 and plug that back in for x, like this right here. Plug that back in for x. And then if you run through this, you should get 0 back. That's what should happen if you did it right. All right, the y-intercept's 12. Plug in 0 for x here. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. So I'll get 3/4 x. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 4/3. That way my 3's can cancel with each other, my 4's can cancel with each other. And I'm also going to multiply my -12 by 4/3. So that's going to cancel with that. I get x equals, and I need to know what 4/3 times -12 is. So I'm going to use the top number for multiplying and the bottom number for dividing. So I can do 12 times 4. That's equal to 48. And then I need to divide that by 3. Ouch, I probably don't know what that is. How about we use the bottom number for dividing first? 12 divided by 3, that's equal to 4. And then I'm going to use the top number for multiplying. So 4 times 4. It's equal to 16. Got it. And then there was that negative that I had forgotten about, so I just need to add on my negative. There it goes.